All right.
All right.
Mason.
What's up, bro?
This is the first episode of what is right now called the Too Many Sportscast.
Too Many Sportscast.
Sister podcast to the Too Many Words podcast. Mm-hmm. All right. What this is our sports talk. Jordan. Okay, you know what? Let's do this proper.
Okay.
Mason, introduce yourself.
I am Mason James. Yeah. What do you want to know?
You're Mason James.
Yeah.
Okay, Mason is the, let's say, the fixture co-host to my host of this particular podcast. I am Isaac William Joseph. If you guys are coming on from the Too Many Words podcast, that's obviously where you know me from. Mason's obviously a new guy. He has yet to be a guest on the pod, but...
Never done this before.
Yeah, brand new to podcasting for him. It's kind of hard to establish this brand new thing. It's almost like I'm trying to remember what we did the first episode of Too Many Words. But this is the Too Many Sportscast. It's going to take a minute for that to roll off the tongue naturally, but this is the Too Many Sportscast. See, Mason, he for a while now, he's like, bro, we got to talk about sports. Isaac, you know how to talk about sports. We get into arguments all the time. We should record ourselves talking about sports.
We do.
So, this is our sports podcast under the Scald Stone Productions brand. I think this is a really cool thing. It's really developing branches for the tree that is my brand, you know. And happy to have you aboard, Mason.
Thank you, bro.
If you stay consistent, maybe you can have your pretty little face on the scaldstone.com.
Hey, bro.
As a staff
member. You can always
member.
put my bio up there now, too.
But anyways, let's get into the sports part of this whole thing, right?
Yes.
Mason, let's let the viewers and listeners get to know what we love when it comes to sports.
Yep.
Mason, what's your favorite football team? What's your favorite football team? Pro football team?
The Chicago Bears all the way.
All right. Why is the Chicago Bears your football team?
Well, I wanted a team that I wanted to pick because my family, like my stepdad, he was a Vikings fan. And I didn't want to be a Vikings fan. So I was like, let's pick my own team. And I like the orange and blue. So I picked the Chicago Bears. And I later fell in love with Walter Payton and Devin Hester and Brian Urlacher. Those were the three main reasons why I became a Bears fan.
Yeah.
It's because they're great stars like those guys.
Really? Who's your favorite Bears player of all time?
Devin Hester.
Devin Hester?
Devin Hester.
Yeah, that's kind of like your era, you know. That would make sense. But, okay, let me dive into me on the NFL.
Yeah, what's your favorite team?
You know, this podcast is going to be hosted by two football fans of crappy teams. As many of you know, I'm a Raiders fan. Been a Raiders fan since 2011. I have no clue as to why I chose the Raiders. There was actually zero reasoning behind any sort of like football reason.
Oh.
It was see, my whole family, they're like Cowboys fans. Okay, countless members of my family are Cowboys fans. My dad, he's a 49ers fan, but I didn't really get to realize that until later. My dad always kind of just backed the Cowboys. My dad, actually, he's a bigger college football fan than a pro NFL fan.
Yep, Notre Dame fan.
Yeah, Cowboys, super significant growing up. But I'm like, I don't want to be a Cowboys fan like everybody else in my family. I want to be different. Okay? I want to be different. So, sometime in middle school, maybe even before middle school, I went into the computer room. Looked up NFL logos. Okay? And there was just a symbol that looked different than all the others. It was black, colorless, maybe a little silver in there. But I'm like, that's different. That's my team. And from then on, I've been suffering.
The goth team of the NFL.
Yeah, I've been suffering, but you know, like any sports team, we've had our moments. There's been reasons to cheer for them.
The Bears
stuff like
was
that.
only in '85. Bro.
So, yeah, Raiders and Bears podcast. See, when it comes to the sports hierarchy of what we're going to try to do here, this is a sports podcast, so anything significant that we feel is appropriate to bring up in the podcast, we'll bring it up.
Major shit in sports.
But when it comes to my take on sports, the hierarchy goes for the main American sports teams. Football is my number one. Okay, I get pretty analytical with football. I used to run a sports not a podcast.
Sports
I used
page.
I used to run a sports blog back in the day.
Yeah, sports
for a little
page.
bit longer than a year. I wrote many articles about sports. It was called That Sports Page, and it's you could probably find that if you look hard enough. Thatsportspage.com. I don't know if the domain is available anymore, but yeah, that was a fun little thing, and I don't know, somewhere along the road I just lost passion about writing as often anymore about it. Some personal things came up and I just didn't care for a while, which is actually why I'm kind of out of the loop as much as I used to be when it comes to sports in general.
Oh, yeah.
But I've always been on the up and up with football. Close second with football though, hockey. I didn't discover a fandom for hockey until after high school, but hockey, I consider that my luxury sport. That is for me to not be so analytical or proper or anything. That is for me to have fun and watch some fights, watch some good defense, watch some freaking so
Gotta love the fights. Though.
it's amazing. It's
Gotta love the fights.
It's very artistic at times. And after that is basketball. As a Raiders fan, I wasn't big on basketball until I heard some people in Oakland started cooking in the NBA. And so you could call me a bandwagon Golden State Warriors fan, but I found it appropriate that I picked the team that was literally playing right next to my football team at the time that I really discovered the NBA. So,
Yeah.
and then after that is baseball. So let's backtrack a little bit. Mason, favorite hockey team?
Favorite hockey team. I didn't actually like hockey until you got me interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
We started playing the video game NHL, and then I didn't know who to pick. So you sat me down, was like, I asked you who's the best. And
Yeah, go ahead.
I did ask you who's the best. And you said couple teams that are hot right now was like the Toronto Maple Leafs, which is my favorite team now because of Austin Matthews. And then I think it was the Lightning.
Yeah.
Was the other team?
Lightning. I tried to get my girlfriend at the time to be an Avalanche fan.
Yeah.
That would have been currently, that would have been a good call. But yeah, unfortunately, you chose the Maple Leafs. I don't know how unfortunate it is, but yeah, Maple Leafs, notorious for always making the playoffs and always losing in the
Always
playoffs.
losing it, yep. But hey, we have started off strong so far this year.
Yeah, you guys are 4-2. So yeah, let me get a little bit descriptive on why I am a Golden Knights fan. So I became a Golden Knights fan. So, like, the reason why I'm a fan of, like, any of these other teams, it started with the Raiders, okay? The Raiders got a deal back in, like, I don't know, 2017, 2018.
Yeah, around there.
Or 2016. Yeah, it was 2016.
2016.
It was 2016 because they had just purchased land in Las Vegas the same year that the Raiders were actually good in 2016.
Yeah.
Because I had that thought, like, oh, they're actually going to relocate when we finally are good in Oakland. But the news broke out. I told a few people about, hey, the Raiders are going to Las Vegas, and some person or another said, Las Vegas just bought a hockey team.
You think they should have stayed in Oakland, the Raiders?
I think Las Vegas is going to be a really good market. Not being an Oakland native and being a Midwestern kid, it really makes almost no difference to me, other than, there's some nostalgia that I'm losing if it's if it leaves Oakland, but
Oh, I got something we should talk about later on then.
okay, but yeah, I think Las Vegas has been nothing but good to the Raiders, and with the Golden Knights, I picked the Golden Knights because the Raiders are going to be
Brand new team.
their neighbor, and now they're both kicking it in Vegas, and
wasn't there their first year they made it to the playoffs?
they made it to the finals.
Finals, yes.
The Golden Knights made it to the
did great
finals.
that year.
They are officially the greatest inaugural season sports team of all time because of that.
They are very good. They are really good.
I remember getting a T-shirt their first year. It had a list of all the whole entire first roster ever. I don't know where that shirt is as I'm speaking right now, but it's really cool to say I am one of the first. I've been supportive since day one of these guys, and before the Golden Knights existed, I actually maybe like a season or two before they existed. I was actually like, man, I kind of want to get into hockey so I can actually have something to watch when there's no football on.
We also talked about joining hockey too.
We did think about joining like a junior league or something like that.
Yeah.
But
I never got into that.
yeah, I kept on going back and forth between the LA Kings and the San Jose Sharks. And funny enough, I hate both of those teams now. It's kind of a silly dynamic. But Mason, favorite basketball team?
Well,
And why? I know why.
You do know why. Well, the reason why I liked basketball to begin with was because of LeBron James.
All right.
Not just because we share
I love
the
how you
same-
mention LeBron James before your team.
I know.
Shows how much of a,
Hold on. So, the first team he played for was the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that's when I first started liking basketball. Actually, no, I liked him when he played for
The Heat.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Heat.
you bandwagon.
Yeah. So
Look at me saying bandwagon.
But I am a Lakers fan because I have come to love the older players that used to play for him.
Why are you initially a Lakers fan?
LeBron.
Yeah, there you go.
But hey,
don't lie to our viewers. That's a sin.
Kobe's one of my top favorites too.
Everybody loves Kobe.
And Magic Johnson.
Magic
I watched
Johnson.
the old Lakers thing about Magic Johnson. It was actually really cool.
Have you watched the 30 for 30 of the Celtics versus Lakers back in like the 80s and stuff?
I didn't watch the 30 for 30, but
It's an awesome documentary.
HBO made a show about that old Lakers team back when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson were
Oh
playing.
yeah. A lot
I watched
of
that. I really liked that one.
I never actually got to watching that. I there's been a lot of debate on how accurate that is.
I don't know how accurate it is, but it was really fucking good. I ain't gonna lie.
I heard some players are not happy about how they've been portrayed, but
Yeah,
I guess I can't really say much more than that because I haven't seen it. So
I know one of the players that was on meth heavy, so they benched him.
really,
Yeah, because the team found out about it because he was.
I mean,
looking-
back then meth was just a PED, bro.
It's all over in the Midwest.
Oh man.
But yeah. So those are some of my top players
Yeah.
for the Lakers. But I will forever now be a Lakers fan.
Yeah, that good.
I'm
Stick
not
with
gonna
it.
switch.
Okay,
I'm
don't
not
go to
gonna
look.
switch, yeah.
Don't go to Bronny's team. Whoever gets him.
No, he's
Okay.
gonna go to the Lakers, bro. He's got-
Anyways, I kind of foreshadowed who my team is. It's the Golden State Warriors, and
Steph Curry.
yeah, I've loved Steph Curry.
I
But
think is the washer done?
We're not done.
Was the washer done?
No.
I think it is.
It's okay. Let's just continue.
We're gonna cut this part, I think.
We're recording stuff.
Mom, don't mess with the pod.
Yeah, we'll cut that part out.
It's not done, Isaac.
We told you it wasn't done.
Where was I?
The Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry. One of my favorite players.
You had his tattoo. The woe
I
tattoo.
did have his woe tattoo. I got it covered up because
yeah.
I'm not a fan of copying tattoos.
A copy tattoo I would do is Dame Time. He has like a now and
That's not Damian Lillard.
Yeah, it was.
No, it's not.
Or was it? D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo Russell. Yeah.
No,
That's
yeah,
his
but
tattoo.
he has a tattoo that said analog clock form, and it says
Dame does have nice tattoos, but that's not his tattoo.
I thought it was his. My bad.
No.
Sorry,
Anyways.
Damian Lillard, if you ever end up watching this, bro. Probably not. But.
Anyways, yeah, I've grown to love how exciting that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and
Splash Bros.
And Jordan Poole, the
Jordan
new
Poole's
kid on the
good,
block.
bro. I like him.
They
Draymond Green punched him in the face.
Klay Thompson says it's a pool party because of Jordan Poole joining them.
Did you hear about that?
What?
Draymond Green got.
I did hear that
suspended or
Draymond
something
Green
'cause he
and
punched
Poole
him.
has like
They have
some
beef.
slight beef, yeah.
Yeah.
But getting into baseball, a sport that I will only watch the playoffs for.
LA
And,
Dodgers.
it's currently the playoffs and my team's not in it, so
My
I'm
team's
not
not
watching it.
We lost to the Padres, but the Padres lost to the Phillies. So
But,
screw you, Padres.
Tell me, Mason, why are you a Dodgers fan?
Jackie Robinson.
That's a great reason.
That's the first ever person I've heard about for baseball, and Jackie Robinson, man.
First guy I ever heard
I
about
mean, it
for
was
baseball
Babe Ruth, but
was Babe Ruth.
I
Yeah,
didn't want to be a Yankees fan like everybody else.
yeah.
So
Yankees was like the only team I knew about for baseball for like the longest time.
But Jackie Robinson, bro, he moved
Jackie
milestones.
Robinson.
That man, and he was good.
I actually have a old Kansas City Monarchs hat from
I've
when I
seen
went
it,
to
yeah.
the
It's nice.
Negro League Museum in Kansas City. Really cool place.
I gotta go
You should
there.
check it out.
But yeah, and the other reason why is Clayton Kershaw. I'm a lefty myself, and he was a left-handed pitcher. I pitched for a season in high school, and I learned how to throw his 12-6 curveball.
Yeah.
I read it in a Sports Illustrated magazine. It was pretty dope.
Mm.
But I love Clayton Kershaw.
Clayton
He's really
Kershaw.
good.
Did you know that he went to high school with Matt Stafford?
I did not.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. At least I think I saw something that said that. I think that is true.
But he has the deadliest curve in the game, man. So
But as for me, I'm an Oakland A's fan.
Oakland again.
Yeah, Oakland again. 3 teams that played in the same city, and now only one of them are in that city. Yeah, Oakland A's. Maybe there's a correlation between me not being so crazy about baseball and them not being great at.
Yeah, we don't pay
As a
attention that much
team,
to baseball.
But but then there's an argument as to why I'm such a big football fan. But
What's your football team for college, bro?
my football team for college.
Yeah.
Can I dive a little bit more on the Oakland A's real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
My favorite all-time player. My dad would tell me stories about how much of a dick he was, but I still like him. I have a signed jersey of his.
Ooh, yes, you
Jose Canseco.
do. Yes.
Jose Canseco. I think
It's a nice jersey.
I think he's awesome. I really like
We
him.
should put the jersey on the wall, bro.
The jersey should actually be a really good backdrop. That would be
it could
pretty
like,
cool.
right here.
Yeah, really nice. But yeah, Jose Canseco, my favorite player of all time for that team. Steph Curry, my favorite player of all time for the Golden State Warriors. Charles Woodson, my favorite player of all time for the Raiders. And then, not much history with the Golden Knights, but I have a favorite offensive player and a favorite defensive player. This is a William Karlsson jersey, my first Golden Knights jersey.
Beautiful jersey.
My favorite player on offense. He is great. He is still great. He didn't fall off after that inaugural season like quite a few players did. But yeah, William Karlsson, love him. But my favorite player on defense, a player that I think I like more than William Karlsson, Shea Theodore. I have a signed card by Shea Theodore, and I have a signed hockey stick upstairs by Shea Theodore.
Yes, you do.
And he's one of the best two-way players in the league, I personally think. A lot of people can argue that, obviously, but he is awesome. His uncle is actually in the Golden Knights fan Facebook group.
Dang.
Yeah, it's really cool, actually.
Question for you then.
But yeah, let's get to college football.
Actually, before that, real quick, who's your favorite active player on your favorite football team right now. So the
Favorite
Raiders.
active player?
Yeah, mine would be Darnell Mooney or Justin Fields.
So
Obviously.
Josh Jacobs is doing really good so far this season, but I'm a defensive guy. I've always been a defensive guy,
you
which
have.
is why I like Shea Theodore more than William Carlson.
Yeah.
But as for me,
I would say
I love Max Crosby.
I was gonna say him.
Max
yeah.
Crosby is awesome. Dark horse though, Nate Hobbs. He's actually out this week, but Nate Hobbs, he is proving to be a really good diamond in the rough draft pick from last year, and yeah, he's awesome. Another under the radar guy is Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins is almost as productive as Devontae Adams at some points in these games so far this year, and yeah. I got to say, probably my favorite player is Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, or Max Crosby. Honorable mention, Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller. I just love a lot of guys on that team. The Raiders have my heart no matter how bad their record is.
For defense, for me, it would probably be Jalen Johnson, our corner. Or I like our new pickup, Jalen Brisker.
Yeah.
He's really good. Or since we got rid of Khalil Mack, I really love that we got Khalil Mack from the Raiders, but we traded
Shut the
him
hell
this
up.
year. But it would be Robert Quinn.
That's a good pick.
He's a really good defensive end for
Robert
us.
Quinn, yeah.
Leg-
Yeah, you couldn't pick Roquan Smith because he got trucked by a dude named Carson last week.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But hey, we're playing. Would it be tomorrow? Today or tomorrow? The Bears.
Well, okay, so we are recording on Sunday night, October 23rd. The Dolphins and Steelers game just started. We'll be getting into that right after this pod. But this will come out
tomorrow.
midday on Monday or after work on Monday. Depends on how much I can get done recreating a new podcast after
So the
this.
Bears would play tonight when y'all are hearing
Isaac,
this.
did you want some dinner or are you eating something else?
I need to get like on air sign.
Yeah.
Right, or a recording sign because
get interrupted
that,
too much.
that cannot be a problem in the future.
Yeah.
For those of you that are just listening, I'm not recording in my typical Too Many Words podcast studio. We are having a secondary studio, a studio that Jordan
In Mom's
is going to
basement.
visit sometimes. But yeah, it's in my mom's basement, technically my basement because I will be living here. It's for financial reasons. Okay, don't call me a loser.
Yeah, it's only for money reasons.
But
Don't hit him up, bro. Sorry.
I think there's like a lot of opportunity taking stuff down here because like if it can be clean like it was a few years ago before my sister moved in.
When it was the man cave.
When it was the man cave, dude, there was so many awesome parties here, and
Yes.
I think if we
Super
can get
Bowl
it to
parties,
that,
everything.
if we can get it back to that, it'll be just great. But yeah, I think we can have a studio here. If we maximize the space down here, we can have like a home theater, and then like my bedroom can be back there, and like,
Gaming setup, everything.
yeah, it can be great. But where were we? College sports
football.
teams.
Yep.
Okay. I was raised Notre Dame.
I have two teams because I like one team because I was raised Iowa.
We're not too crazy about college, the college
We're not.
scene.
So yeah, I have two teams. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, go ahead.
My first team's Iowa because I was born Iowa
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah,
Hawkeye Nation.
yeah.
But another team that I really really like is LSU.
I'm gonna slap you in the face.
Bro, no, they produce so much talent, so much talent. One of my
That's-
favorite receivers in the league is Justin.
That's not
Jefferson.
why I'm even saying that.
Oh, why?
Because LSU is now my team for college.
Yeah.
I've been raised Notre Dame, but it's kind of like in the same vein as why I became a Raiders fan is because I didn't want to be the same as everybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I got a large portion of my family that's Iowa State. I got a smaller portion of my family that's Iowa, and then my dad Notre Dame, my grandpa UCLA, and now I'm LSU. There's just a lot of great talent that does come from LSU, especially since I'm such a defensive fan. I love Devin White. I wanted Devin White to go to the Raiders.
Yes, you did.
We passed on Devin White, and he was about as
And
happy
you
about
passed
that
on
as I
Roquan
was.
Smith, bro.
What?
And y'all passed on Roquan.
I didn't really care about Roquan.
You were talking about one.
I don't think
a little bit.
I don't think Roquan got passed by us. I think Roquan got picked before we could pick. I think Roquan Smith got drafted the same year as Tremaine Edmonds, and that's the player I wanted to pick. And we picked right before the Bills picked Tremaine Edmonds. Look at where the Bills are at, and look at where the Raiders
Bills
are at.
are
Okay, the
freaking
draft is a
good.
constant disappointment for me.
Yeah, same.
But
We need to build our offense back up.
but anyways,
But, yeah, college.
yeah, LSU.
I really like
I
LSU.
love LSU. I will be at LSU. It kind of sucks because Coach Kelly followed me to LSU, basically. He doesn't know I exist.
Yeah.
But he followed me to LSU. I made the decision to become an LSU fan before that huge coach switch.
They just, talent everywhere. Corners, linebackers, quarterbacks, Joe
Wide
Burrow.
receivers.
Wide receivers, yes. Joe
Dude.
Burrow, Jamar
Yeah.
Chase, all that.
But yeah.
Stars.
But as for college teams that I'll support if they're not playing LSU is obviously Notre Dame, because Notre Dame
Iowa.
Notre Dame puts out a lot of awesome talent too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say
Cole Kmet, my
Yeah.
Chicago Bears tight end. He
Yeah.
came from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Thank you, Notre Dame.
lot of Notre Dame, amazing players from Notre Dame. But I'll support. I don't even know if I support Iowa or Iowa State at this point.
If you had to choose one, which one would you rather go
If I had to
for?
choose one,
Yeah.
Iowa.
Iowa.
Yeah.
I know your mom's an Iowa State fan.
I have more personal reasons as to why I am not too crazy about either of those colleges.
lie, I don't like
Being
watching-
a college age kid in Iowa,
yeah.
you know, you get to know some people on personal levels and be like, oh, that guy's a douchebag or that
Yeah.
chick is a douchebag. And, you know, sometimes
I heard T.J. Hawkinson was a douchebag.
I did hear. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's going to get too personal.
Yeah, let's not talk.
Nothing against T.J. Hawkinson in
You
general.
could be a great
Yeah.
guy now. I don't know him now, but I never met him either.
And it's not. We're not even confirming anything about how he used to be a douchebag. The reason why Mason says that is because I used to date a girl that went to the same high school as T.J. Hawkinson, and T.J. Hawkinson apparently. So don't take this with a grain of salt because this
Yeah.
is, I don't know how true this is, but apparently she said that T.J. Hawkinson was into her when she was a freshman, and he was kind of full of himself. Oh wait, no. I can also say that I worked for a girl who actually was in the same grade as T.J. Hawkinson, and pretty narcissistic.
Yeah, stuck up.
But honestly,
He's good. He has talent. So
that was so many years ago. We can't judge a guy for how he was in high school.
Yeah.
Okay,
All of
I
us
hate
were
it.
immature.
I hate it when people judge me from how I was
Yeah,
in high
same,
school.
same.
So,
But hey,
that's just
shout
a couple.
Shout out to him. He's doing good now.
Just a
He's-
couple fun facts from me getting pretty close to people that actually genuinely knew a professional player. Anyways,
Hey,
Mason,
I knew somebody that played for the Eagles.
you knew someone that played for the
Yeah, he
Eagles?
got drafted by the Eagles. He was my old counselor.
Okay. Anyways, let's get into.
Wait,
Mason?
one more thing about football.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I mean, one more thing about football. The next segment is only football.
Well, yeah, I know. One thing. You were talking about how your team is changed from Oakland to Las Vegas for football.
Yeah.
The Bears. They are talking about moving stadiums because they want to have a fucking Super Bowl in Chicago in February when it's cold as hell.
I heard about that. I heard analysts talking about that. Everybody thinks that's a bad idea. Besides the Bears owner or something like
Me
that.
being a Bears fan personally, week 1 against the 49ers, the weather is what helped us win that game.
Yeah.
We are known for being cold, for it being windy, and for the monsoons.
Yeah.
Why take our elements away from us when we use them to our advantage?
That's exactly what Brian Urlacher said.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah, he makes a good point. And, you know, when a legend speaks, you shut up, you know?
Yeah,
So,
he did great things. It's also one of my favorite defensive players.
wait, how was that related to the
I
Raiders?
wanted to know how you feel about it. Like, do
The-
you think they should move, or do you think they should?
The Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
No. No, Soldier Field is... No.
Home.
Yeah. That's like moving Lambeau.
You can't do that.
You can't move Lambeau. You can't move Wrigley Field or Wrigley Field, whatever that is. Baseball, you know.
Yeah.
That which reminds me. Anything we say in this podcast, unless we're right, don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Okay? We're nowhere close to analysts. We're nowhere close to experts, okay? Despite how many times I've disagreed with experts and I've come up correct. But as long as there's no record of that and as long as there's no proof of that, I'm just some schmuck off the street, as are you, okay?
We're just guys that want to talk about sports.
We're just sports fans like you guys, okay? And, yeah, it's really fun to talk about this. But, you know, Mason, if we run a podcast during a football season, I think it's only right for us to give predictions, and we're going to keep score every week. Yep. How about that?
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm going to beat you, but it's okay.
You're going to beat me?
Yeah.
Okay. Since it's giving me my favorite team first, it's going to give me the Raiders game first. For Week 8, we're not going to predict Monday's game, even if we're recording before Monday's game.
The Bears are going to win against the Patriots.
We're always going to do next week's stuff so it doesn't get confusing.
I'm just saying the Bears are going to beat the Patriots. It's okay. Sorry, Patriots fans.
Anyways, Raiders, Saints. Let me see who's home.
I got my pick.
It's really not telling me anywhere on the actual NFL app who's home.
It's probably the team that's on the right.
Okay. Raiders at Saints. Who's winning?
I'm taking the Saints.
You're taking the Saints?
Chris Olave, bro, he's been popping off.
Here's
the only
the thing.
person that we can't trust with the Saints is the quarterback.
Here's the thing about actually like both of these teams. It's really hit or miss. Hit or miss. They're both hit or miss teams. Raiders can eat shit any day of the week.
Yep.
But they'll also give the Chiefs a run for their money nearly, even earlier just this season. I say if the Saints can come away with a few crazy-ass moments, I think they're going to win. But I think it's wrong for me to not pick the Raiders in the very first prediction that we ever do on this podcast. Bro. So I'm going to pick the Raiders. You're going to pick the Saints, okay?
Yeah. All right.
Ravens at Bucks. Ravens.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Ravens.
I'm a big Lamar Jackson fan. So
the Bucks just lost to the Commanders today.
Bro, and
Ravens.
They lost. The Bucks lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers too.
Yeah, dude.
Their season's down the drain.
On a certain level, you just gotta feel bad about Tom Brady.
No, I mean yeah.
I feel like the people who are happy how much Tom Brady's life is going down the drain.
Yeah.
I feel like people who are happy about on-field news and off-field news when it comes to Tom Brady, I feel like people who
retired. That's how I feel.
I feel like people who are happy to see that are emotionally immature. That's just what I'm gonna say.
I'm not happy to see what he's doing off the field, like what's happening off the field. But on the field, to be honest, I could care less because Tom Brady's been running this shit for too long.
Yeah, there's like this whole side where it's like, he's a millionaire. He should have retired. You know, he's got a business. He should have retired. How many rings already? But at the same time, I am absolutely sick and disgusted of the divorce jokes. Like, both of my parents have been divorced.
Okay, I understand that.
Multiple times.
Bro, she is beautiful, and if she wants to hit my line, she can.
Whatever.
I've told you this.
Anyways, Ravens. Ravens over Bucks.
Ravens over Bucks, yep.
Broncos at Jaguars.
Ooh, I'm low-key taking the Jags.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm taking the Jags.
Here's my gripe with the Denver Broncos.
Wait, do we know if Robinson, the running back, is going to be back yet? Because he was out this game.
Honestly, I didn't even know about him.
Yeah, he
being
was out.
Hurt. But I say that makes no difference. I think the Jags are going to beat up on this sad, poor Broncos team. Okay? As a Raiders, I understandably hate the Broncos.
Hopefully Russell Wilson will be back, though.
It's adding fuel to the fire. I don't understand why analysts and experts and just everybody else thought the Broncos were going to be good and go to the playoffs.
It's because
Russell Wilson went to the team. You take a team that was sorry as hell.
They gave up their star tight end, bro.
For the last few years. And you put a old Russell Wilson on the team.
Yeah, that ain't gonna do shit.
Like, you saw how Russell Wilson did last year, and I actually kind of felt bad for him. It was still up in the air as to if it was Russell Wilson's fault or not, why the Seahawks did bad last year. But things are not working in Denver right now, and I really am not surprised.
Defensively
Anyways.
or offensively.
Yeah, Jaguars over Broncos. Panthers, Falcons. Falcons. I mean, Panthers, they're coming in
just
hot
lost.
after beating the Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
They just lost Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Wait a second. Let me correct myself. The Panthers just beat Tom Brady, not the Commanders. The Commanders beat Aaron Rodgers today.
Yes.
My bad. That was not factual. I'm glad I got to correct myself. That would have sounded
least you
stupid. The Panthers, they're coming in hot after beating Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So they might feel really good about themselves.
I
and
low-key think the Panthers might pull it off.
I don't think so, though. I really don't think so.
So you're taking Falcons?
I'm taking
Panthers.
Falcons.
All right.
I think Falcons, they can really put things together offensively sometimes, and it's beautiful when they do. And,
Panthers rolled through today, so
I don't care.
even without Christian, bro.
I don't care. I think the Panthers beating the Bucks says more about the Bucks than it says the Panthers. So, yeah, go Falcons this one.
Okay.
Cowboys versus the worst team in the league.
The Bears.
Yeah, the Bears. Yeah, that team.
We're not the worst, but we're also not the best.
Who's winning?
Average.
Bears or Cowboys?
Well, so you see, you went with your team for the first one. And so that means I kind of have to go for my team, even though I know we're going to lose. The Cowboys' defense is insane. And whether Dak Prescott can pull off a win, I don't know. I say Cooper Rush should be starting myself. But Dallas' defense is insane. Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah.
Those are the only top two I've been hearing about. But if they ever want to leave Dallas, they can come to my team.
Cowboys really are just that team that keep coming back. They do a really good regular season, and then just something bad happens in the playoffs.
I'm gonna go for Chicago since you went for.
I'm going for the Cowboys in this one.
I know you are. I want to go for the Cowboys too. I know we're gonna lose, but you picked your team, so I gotta pick my team, bro. So I'm going for Chicago. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Cowboys. I think for
do
obvious
happen.
reasons.
Miracles do happen.
I wouldn't
Just
say
saying.
beating the Cowboys would be a miracle, but
Well,
I think
It'll be huge.
I think the Cowboys will easily beat the Bears. Just don't think about it too much, you know.
Yeah, I probably won't watch that game.
Dolphins versus Lions.
I'll pick it Dolphins. My boy Tua.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Tua.
They're currently playing right now as we're recording.
Yep. Jalen
They have
Waddle,
not won
Tyreek
since
Hill.
Tua's been gone.
Tua's back though.
But I don't know. The Lions might get you one. Wait, you said Tua's back?
Yeah, Tua's
Oh,
back.
Dolphins all the way.
Tua's back.
Dolphins all the way.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, that's why I'm picking the Dolphins. Too.
You know what's funny? People made fun of Tua like all offseason.
Bro.
And now they can't win without him.
I'm sorry, this is not related. It is, but it's about football. But I can't get this out of my head, bro. My girlfriend showed me this video of a quarterback who is short.
Yeah?
He plays for the Cardinals, my guy. Bro,
What about him?
every time he runs, bro, it looks like he's a penguin / little kid waddling.
I need you to know that's how you run when you think you're a quarterback. I've seen you play football at the church a few times.
I've seen you run too.
That's how you
like
run.
a freaking girl.
I run like a freaking
Yeah,
girl.
like a little
Okay.
prissy, you know. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I don't
No, I'm just.
I don't pretend to have perfect
It's okay,
quarterback
bro. I'm
pros-
just saying, it's funny. You every time you see him run after that, you'll just picture it. A little penguin, bro,
Yeah?
or a little kid running
That's
away
kinda
after
like-
they stole something.
I'm not gonna lie. That's exactly how you run when
Hey.
you got the football in your hands.
Maybe it's just faster. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because sometimes my boy Justin Fields run like that too, but maybe it's just faster. I don't know.
Anyways, yeah. Unanimous Dolphins over the Lions.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Jordan. Jordan on the
Lions
Too Many
fan,
Words
yeah.
podcast. Lions fan. Big Lions
Take it,
fan. But yeah. Cardinals. Vikings.
Vikings. I'm going for my boy Justin Jefferson.
Vikings are really good for this season.
Yeah, they're surprisingly good.
I don't
actually hold on.
I don't know what needed to happen.
I'm still pissed about that loss to the Vikings because that was bullshit. How he just ripped it out of our arms like that. But
I'll be really honest.
Vikings are good. I'm picking Vikings to win.
I'll be really honest. Vikings are 5-1. I have no idea why.
I don't know why either.
I have not been paying attention to the Vikings in particular.
3 times we could have took the lead again and won.
Cardinals are 3-4, which is not a good record. But
yeah, Bears
honestly, this might be a really close game. I'm gonna painfully pick Cardinals. It's the upset of the week for me. Cardinals.
All right, I'm taking Vikings.
Vikings are not unstoppable. Come on.
I know,
but I'm gonna go for the Cardinals. All right.
I
don't have a lot of faith in that pick, but I'm gonna go for the Cardinals.
Upset of the week. We'll see.
Patriots Jets.
This one's gonna be harder.
Actually,
I'm low key probably gonna take the Jets. I'm gonna take the Jets. They've been surprising everybody this year.
As good as the Jets are this year, if the Patriots continue to start Bailey Zappi,
bro, Bailey Zappi's gonna get hurt due to the Bears, bro. It's okay.
But think about this: it's not the Patriots without Tom Brady versus the Jets. This
They're better with Mac Jones.
This is Bill Belichick and the Patriots versus the Jets. Bill Belichick doesn't lose against the Jets.
Yeah.
Okay, if anybody says the Jets...
This is my upset of the week. I'm taking the Jets to beat the Patriots.
I don't even think it's an upset at this point. The Jets are really good now. But honestly, if you probably take a look at like the gambling books or something like that, like if the sports book,
it would be upset.
Jets might be an underdog in this one. But I'm going to go for the Patriots.
I'm taking the Jets.
Okay, cool. Steelers at Eagles.
Eagles all the way. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, fly, Eagles, fly. Steelers, dog shit.
Yep.
Dog shit.
Steelers.
Steelers suck ass, bro.
Dog ass water?
Okay.
Water dog ass? What was it?
I like the Chiefs more than the Steelers. I'm a Raiders fan. Okay. Anyways.
Hey, the Steelers have my old quarterback, so have fun.
Titans at Texans.
I'm taking Texans because I
What?
like Dameon Pierce, bro. Dameon Pierce, he's a
Just
solid...
because he's on your fantasy team doesn't mean squat for how the team's doing.
No, bro, he's a solid fucking running back.
Is he going to carry the freaking team
He
on
has
his back
been.
against the Titans? Yeah, the Titans are not a juggernaut.
Don't the Titans have A.J. Brown?
No,
Or who has A.J. Brown now?
the Eagles.
The Eagles do?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
I'm going for the Titans, though. You said you're going for Texans?
Upset Texans.
Okay, that's ballsy as hell. All right, that's your upset of the week.
Yep.
Commanders at Colts.
Colts.
Holy cow, this really could go either way.
I'm going Colts. Jonathan Taylor.
But you know what?
Michael Pittman.
If
they better step up.
If Heineke is the quarterback for the Commanders still next week, I got Commanders this week. You got Colts?
I got Colts.
I got Commanders.
I'm just saying, Jonathan Taylor and fucking Michael Pittman, they gotta step up this game. Show up or show out.
I don't know. Matt Ryan.
He's untrusty, yeah, but he's old, bro. It's okay. Aaron Rodgers sucks now, too.
49ers at Rams.
I'm taking Rams.
I'm taking 49ers. I feel like the 49ers low-key have the Rams number at this point.
That's going to be a good game.
That is actually...
That's going to be a really good game.
I don't know. I think that might either be a really good game or a stupid, boring game.
It could be very...
A lot of football has just been boring in the first half, especially for prime time.
Exploding in the second.
I don't know what idiots that work for the NFL do scheduling. But you see Russell Wilson go to the Broncos and you schedule, 6 primetime games for them, you're fired.
Yeah, that's...
You're stupid.
No. Yeah,
Holy cow.
We need a new person. The Bears should be more primetime than Russell Wilson.
Right? I know hindsight's 2020, but I would not have done that dumb shit.
Yeah, you guys just jinxed him, bro. Poor Russell.
Okay. Giants at Seahawks.
Giants all the way.
Giants. I don't know, bro.
Giants and Jets are good.
You know, who's the quarterback for the Seahawks again? Geno
Smith.
Geno Smith. Yeah, Geno Smith. He hasn't wrote back a few times, bro. They tried to write him off. He ain't wrote back. That's what he says. Ain't wrote back.
Taking the Seahawks?
No. I'm taking the Giants. For some reason, the Giants just know how to hang with any team.
Yeah.
They just,
I don't know
they
how.
just do. I like Brian Dable as their new head coach.
He's good.
This has been one of the best examples of a coach immediately turning around culture.
Should OBJ go back to the Giants now?
OBJ has been thinking about a reunion, actually. OBJ thinks about freaking joining any team that's doing halfway decent.
Chicago. Come on.
I don't know. I mean, I think OBJ is an excellent wide receiver, but, like, I don't know. I think he's playing too much with this free agency.
No, we need a veteran, bro. Because we all we have as a veteran right now is, like, really Darnell Mooney.
If Odell Beckham Jr. has a educated bone in his body,
he would not go.
He's not going to the Bears.
Hey, but Antonio Brown was talking about going to the Bears. But that ain't gonna
There is not an educated bone in Antonio Brown's body.
Why does everybody hate the Bears, bro? Come on. We're not that bad. If you come to us, you'll make us better.
Packers at Bills.
Bills.
Fuck
the Packers. I hate the Packers.
Hey, dude, that's my girlfriend's team.
My dad's a Packers fan. My bio dad is a Packers fan. I don't like the Packers. The Packers is my main competitor.
I mean, you also don't really like him.
Yeah. Hopefully don't listen. Don't share a link to
Bills.
my dad.
Bills, easy.
Yeah. Fuck the Packers.
Bengals at Browns.
Bengals. Joe Burrow's been popping off.
So, the Bengals at Browns is the Monday night game. So, by the time we record our next episode, that will have yet to be played. So, what do you think? Do we count the Monday night game? And do we count the Sunday night game?
I think we should.
You know what?
We should still
think
make
about
predictions about who would win.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, let's do that. I'll do the math eventually on both of those,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. I'm taking Bengals.
I'm taking Bengals too. And that is the last game of the week for week 8.
Should we do
that brings
Thursday?
me right Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday Night Football. That's the start of a new week. Episode will be played before our next episode, so shouldn't we do Thursday Night Football too?
Dog. That's week 9.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we
We'll
should
do that.
Discuss who we think.
We'll do that next time.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Thursday Night Football.
We did Thursday Night Football.
No, we didn't. We did Monday.
Thursday Night Football for week 8 is Ravens-Bucks.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, we did.
But
my bad.
Here's my thing about the Bengals, okay? Why is everyone trashing on the Bengals like they used to be a juggernaut last year?
They were just a team that shocked us last year. They weren't no juggernaut.
Okay, they were like 10-7 last year, and they somehow beat the Chiefs, and they went to the Super Bowl.
Well, when you got
they are a great team. Joe Burrow is awesome. Okay, Joe Burrow. Okay, and then you got Jamar Chase, and you got T. Higgins on the other side, and you got Joe Mixon in the backfield. Okay, you got all those amazing players, and they buttered up the line a little bit.
They changed their whole line this year, bro.
But here's the thing: why is everybody calling the Bengals a fluke when they just did good enough to get to the Super Bowl last year?
Yeah, because look at the Rams, bro. The Rams won the Super Bowl last year, and now they're ass.
I did a little bit of research from last season. The Bengals are currently 4-3. A couple weeks later, a year ago, they're 5-4 or 5-3. Yeah, they were 5-3. Okay, if they win next week, they'll be in the exact same spot they were last year. And yet they're saying that they've gone downhill since the Super Bowl appearance.
The season's just
Here's the thing.
Started.
No, I think how people perceive teams is 100% based on expectations. Okay? People thought that the Bengals were just some amazing team coming back from a Super Bowl loss. That's not the case at all. Okay? People were surprised if the Bengals were going to win. People were surprised if the Bengals were going to win 5 games last year and then they go to the Super Bowl. They were 5-3 and they lost to the Jets last year. A Jets that is definitely not the Jets this year. Okay? Do not sleep on the Bengals. They could still go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
They could still be impressive. And today, Jamar Chase had 4 freaking touchdowns today.
Damn.
Okay?
Pop off.
So, I don't know who's hating on the Bengals saying they aren't who they used to be. They're exactly what they
same
are, and
team.
they still are.
Yep.
Okay? It just pisses me off that people
Roll
are...
on, Bengals. You got it.
Bengals, you have nothing... Bengals fans, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Okay? They are the exact team that they were last year. Maybe y'all wanted them to be a little bit better because we all want our teams to be a little bit better every year.
They're just a little rusty.
But, honestly, they have barely missed a step from last year.
Yeah.
Okay? If they keep on winning the way they should be winning...
They could even do better than last year.
I don't know. 10-7. I think they can easily duplicate that record again this year.
If not, a couple more wins.
With that said, everybody who's hating on the Bengals, shut your mouth.
Yep.
Let's see. That brings us into... Okay. We have 50 minutes. Mason, we have one last segment that I want to go over.
Yeah.
And it's the thing that I brought up to you a few times before we even started recording.
Yeah.
Mason and I, like any other sports fans, can get really competitive.
Yeah, we can.
And so I think it would be a really fun thing. Mason, you are like the one and only guy that I get regularly competitive with, mostly because
I'm very competitive.
you are inherently competitive
It's
about
winner-
really
winner-
dumb things.
Bro, I gotta win.
And, I think it's time that we put it on some sort of record on how we're doing against each other. And I think this is the perfect opportunity.
Hey,
so
we also got to add to that, bro. For Isaac's birthday, guys, I had to break his heart. We went axe throwing, and I beat everybody. So he took an L there too.
it was the luck of the draw. Okay,
No, I came back. And
I had
won.
not thrown axes for months at that point.
Bro, you've thrown axes more recently than I did. I came back. I was the person that was in last place. I came back and won.
Whatever.
I shocked the world.
Maybe
man.
we'll add axe throwing to the record.
Yeah,
but
should.
anyways,
We should.
I have come up with a list of. This list will probably grow when it comes to like all the things that we're competitive
We're
with.
competitive with everything.
But I have a short list of 4, and even though I have all-time record kicked Mason's ass in some of these,
I've gotten.
we have done a fresh restart
Yep.
because this is the first episode. So, in Madden, we love to play each other in Madden. I only
Love
really
Madden.
play when he asks to play, so I don't really get any side practice. He doesn't get any side practice. It's A-okay. We are 1-1 in Madden as of this morning. See, we either finish the game and Mason wins, or Mason quits before halftime because I kick his ass.
Yep. That's how it goes.
And that's exactly what happened for those 2 games that we had this morning. So
He won the first one by the second quarter because it was like 27-7. I was like, screw this. And the second game, I came back and beat him with the Bears.
you won in overtime.
Yeah, I won in overtime.
But 1-1 with Madden. Air hockey.
competitive
Something
today.
that I rarely ever do, but we just so happened to run into air hockey table today. And we were gonna do
intense battles.
We were gonna do a game of 7, but I ran out of change. So
Yep.
no matter what the record is, I guess I lost because I ran out of change. But he won 2 games, I won 2 games. All right, now the rest of the things get a little bit more interesting because they're not tied. And in fact, Mason is inferior for these things. As you guys know, if you're coming from the Too Many Words podcast, if you're coming from the Too Many Words podcast.
What the hell?
Bye, Mom.
Dinner's on its way.
I say for the third
Where's
time.
mine?
If you're coming from the Too Many Words podcast, you are
Yep.
familiar with the annual fishing trip that I go on with my pastor, and Mason skipped out on this year.
I had to pay bills and had to work, so I was able to go.
Unfortunately, Mason could not pad his stats this year.
Dinner is here, Isaac. If you want to come up and grab it.
So when it comes to all-time fish caught on this fishing trip, Mason won, Isaac 6.
I didn't go this year. He only got.
I made a
this
serious
year.
gap in the lead this year, catching 4 fish, and I'm really proud of myself. But there's that.
Hey, if we count the fish I caught while he was gone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Me too, but.
And then the NHL video game. This morning, I guess Mason hasn't really outsmarted me as much as he has sometimes with Madden. In NHL, I am completely dominant, and he completely bends over to me in that game.
Hey, I promise you, we play UFC
I
or
dropped
baseball, I'll beat you.
I dropped 5 goals on him in the first game and then 8 in the second game, so I am 2-0 when it comes to NHL. And that's all I really have to say for any of these segments. We're coming up on 56 minutes. That, Mason, was a very good podcast.
That was.
You behaved yourself really well, and
So did you.
yeah, I think that was
didn't hit on me
a
too
really
much,
good
bro.
one. Yeah. So this episode was really supposed to get to know us, what teams we liked, and maybe that delegitimizes us from your
you
opinion.
Might become haters now because I'm
Yeah,
a Bears fan.
but honestly though, this is gonna be like a sports/comedy podcast because we're just inherently goofy like that, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially coming from the Too Many Words podcast. But yeah,
Which I'll be on one day.
I have not wrote out a proper closer or anything like that, but I will adopt something. How about this? At the end of every Too Many Words podcast, we dedicate the episode to anyone.
Sports?
At the end of Too Many Words podcast, we dedicate the episode to anyone or anything. How about this? On this podcast, we do exactly that, but it's sports related.
All right, let's dedicate this episode to Tom Brady then, bro.
You're gonna dedicate it to Tom Brady?
Yeah, because he's going through some hardship.
Okay. That makes me feel bad to what I dedicate it to.
What do you dedicate it to?
I dedicate this inaugural episode to the Too Many Sportscast, to the Double Doink.
Ooh, the double doink.
All right. Great first episode. We'll get a little bit more on the meat and potatoes of closing out this episode, but I hope y'all enjoyed. Good night.